Happy Monday. Let's talk about heart-led leadership and heart-led living. And in yoga, we call this the path of devotion. What if wisdom doesn't come from the mind, but rather from the heart? In the Bhagavad Gītā, it tells us that the true knowing, true intimacy, high-level intimacy with divinity is only possible through devotion. Welcome to your Monday message. I am Dharma Shakti, your host with your weekly dose of something inspirational, your yoga teacher and empowerment coach. And today we are entering the realm of Bhakti, the yoga of love and devotion and heart-centered living and leadership. Patanjali teaches us how to still the mind, the Upanishads teach us how to know the self, but the Gita, the Bhagavad Gītā, teaches us how to love in a way that transforms everything that we do. And our verse today is Bhakti mam abhijānāti. Through devotion, one truly knows. This comes from Bhagavad Gītā, chapter 18, verse 55. Let us explore how devotion can become a really powerful force in your life and in your leadership. So let's break down the Sanskrit just so that we can familiarize ourselves with these words and these concepts. Okay, so this verse, this is a portion of a larger verse. I'm just giving you sort of the essence of the verse, but the words, we're going to break them down. Bhakti. Bhakti is devotion, love, and heartfelt surrender. It's a kind of love that comes from devotion, not obligation. And then mam means me, or the divine, or the highest reality. Not me, myself, but me as in divinity saying me. And abhijānāti means truly knows, realizes, and experiences directly. Okay, so the Gita, the Bhagavad Gītā, is saying that you don't come to know divinity or your highest self, your divine self, through the intellect alone. It's a key part of the process, but not alone through the intellect. You really truly know through devotion. You know divinity and you know your highest self through devotion, through love, through a heart that is awakened and surrendered. This is heart-led living and heart-led leadership. Living from devotion, integrity, and a deep inner connection rather than ego or fear. So of course, as always, I want to give you 5 key points for you to chew on, ponder, meditate on, sit with, any of those things. Point number 1, devotion opens the heart beyond intellect. The mind can study God, but only the heart can experience God or divinity, source, creator. Devotion melts resistance, it softens the ego, and it creates an intimacy with truth. So you can practice this by replacing or striving with softening. And approach your day and your activities as an offering of devotion to those that you are serving or whoever you're doing it for. Number 2 is that Bhakti is not just belief. It's truly a relationship. In the Gita, devotion is not a concept to just believe in, but a connection to experience. Devotion can be towards divinity, towards your dharma, towards your purpose, towards your community, towards your family, towards your partner, your spouse, your beloved. Okay, so how can we practice this devotion? And we're going to ask ourselves daily, how can I show up with love instead of obligation? A lot of things that we do that we feel like are devotion are really just like out of loyalty and obligation. So how can I show up with devotion rather than obligation? Point number 3, heart-led leadership transforms how you serve. Heart-led living transforms how you show up. A leader who leads without devotion ultimately, almost always, leads from ego. A leader who leads with devotion leads from truth, from compassion, from humility. And you don't have to have a big job position or something of celebrity or status to be a leader. You can be leading your family. You can be leading your community, your circle of friends, your children, right? There's so many ways to lead. So how do we practice this kind of leadership with devotion? Let your intention be love and not performance. Let the way that you lead be from a place of love and not from a place of performance, not from a place of needing validation, not even from a place of expecting to receive any kind of thanks or gratitude or acknowledgement, but just let your intention and the way that you lead. And sometimes we're leading by just being a good example in the world. Let your intention be love, not performance. Point number 4, devotion purifies and aligns the inner world that we experience. So devotion will dissolve doubt and insecurity and hesitation. Think about when you're really devoted to something. You may experience doubt or insecurity and hesitation, but when you know how devoted you are, it dissolves those things and allows you to move ahead. Right? Devotion and bhakti invites the heart to trust again and again and again. So how do we practice this one? When fear arises, try to turn to this idea that this is bigger than me. Let me serve with love. This circumstance, this situation, this problem, this thing that I'm struggling with, it's bigger than me. Let me show up to this with love. And point number 5, devotion is the simplest path to true knowing. In fact, they say that at this particular time that we're living in human civilization, the bhakti is the quickest, most surest path to connection with divinity. As the Gita says, Bhaktya mam abhijānāti. Knowledge of the divine, knowledge of the self, and knowledge of the right path comes from devotion. Knowing the self, knowing the right path, knowing comes from devotion. So how do we practice this? Bring devotion into your work, into your relationships, and into your morning, into your choices. It's all about switching from a place of doing from ego and really living from heart, being devoted, not out of obligation, but because your heart is wanting that connection through the thing that you're doing. So here's some modern applications, right? We live in a world that is obsessed with strategy. How do I build a business? How do I be seen? But devotion shifts this question to, how can I serve with love? How can I let my heart guide me? How can my work become an offering? Whether you're teaching yoga or you have a sort of mentorship coaching business, you're parenting, or even leading a life transition right now, right? Really in one of those transitional seasons. Devotion gives your actions depth, meaning, and spiritual power. And of course, I'm always going to offer you some reflective questions or journal prompts if you actually want to sit down and answer these. I'll drop these questions in the description box down below of this video. So ask yourself, where in my life am I being invited to lead with devotion instead of fear, ego, or pressure? What does devotion mean to me right now? How would I even define devotion? And where have I been operating from obligation instead of from love? That one's especially for my people pleasers out there. What or who do I feel called to serve more devotionally? What or who? Is there a mission or a vision? Okay, and what softens or awakens my heart? And how can I bring more devotion into the way that I work, the way that I teach, the way that I lead, the way that I show up? Now listen, remember, devotion isn't weakness, it's strength. A devoted heart is a courageous heart. A devoted leader is an awakened leader. And when you lead with devotion, you lead from your highest self. If this message touched your heart, I'd love for you to check out my Empowered Living community, where I will have these deeper guided journaling reflective practices so that you can connect deeper with this practice of devotion in your daily life, or bhakti. And if this message and this teaching from the Bhagavad Gītā nourished you today, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel down below for my new Monday messages that come out every week. Also, I'd love to just leave you with some closing thoughts here, okay? Through devotion, you don't just know divinity, you don't just know your higher self, but you become aligned with it, you become integrated with it. Let your life be an offering of love. Let your heart lead with love. This is the path of bhakti. Please, if you like this video, hit that like button and let me know that you liked it. I would love to hear from you. If you want to drop a comment below, let me know your thoughts on this. I really love engaging in dialogue, and as much as I love making these YouTube videos because my messages can reach you, really what I love more than that is to have dialogue and hear your thoughts, hear your questions, hear your struggles, or hear your wins about these things. So please feel free to leave a comment below and do a kind thing and maybe share this message with somebody who needs to hear this today. And as always, please have an amazing week. Remember to keep your head held high. Keep your heart open wide. The path of devotion is such a powerful path. If you are really looking to refine yourself, you're looking for more depth in your spiritual practices, you for sure want to bring an element of devotion, a strong element of devotion into what you're doing. And if you like this topic, if it intrigues you, also today on the Yogalution Movement website, you can find my new blog article. I put out a blog article every month, the beginning, always the first of each month, and it happens to be a whole article on Bhakti Yoga. So if you would like a deeper dive, you love to read, head over to yogalutionmovement.com. I'll put the link down below where you can find the new blog. And please, 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 I am really wanting to serve you more, and I highly encourage you and warmly invite you to join the Empowered Living community. It's a free online platform, and that is a place where I can serve you from a place of devotion around spiritual wisdom, spiritual philosophy, and personal development. It is sort of like my favorite thing to do is combine and integrate the idea of our spiritual development and our personal development. Hence, you get these Monday messages. All of the deeper journaling, reflective prompts live on the Empowered Living community, and I'll be offering free workshops once a week for the whole month of December. So you'll definitely want to get in there, check that out, become a member, create your profile. I'll have a little intro video in there for you about how to use the site, but it's free to join. Most of the workshops will be free. That's also where my spiritual book club is every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Right now we're reading Spiritual Liberation. So let's keep doing this work together. I am here to serve you. I love this work. I love serving people who are ready to really grow and expand and step into their best self. And I'm here for it. So join me. I'd love to serve you. Have a beautiful and blessed week, and I'll see you next time. From my heart to yours, so much love from me to you. Namaste.